Well, this week has been crazy while we all get ready to head back into school here in Oz. But I've just been doing some improvising and stumbled across a really fun progression that we can look at together to boost your tech skills, give you a bit of a warm-up that you can do each day, and also have some fun music making with some beautiful arpeggios. Well, hi there, I'm Kylie and I love to share easy tips and tricks to inspire you to learn the love of music here on Piano every Thursday. If you enjoy the content, then please consider subscribing or joining my channel, and a thumbs up is always the best compliment. Well, today let's dive right into this progression that we're going to start on B flat minor. So I just wanted to start in a bit of a gloomy, mysterious sort of a key that we can begin here, and let's start on an F note. And then let's cover our hand over this position of F, D flats, B flats, B flats, D flats, and Fs on the outside there. So we've got our octave Fs there with the two black notes in between with our second and third fingers. So it's a pretty little pattern that I just want to look at having our hands under the octave. Having really active fingers is our first thing to focus on today, because active fingers will always help our arpeggio playing. And by also going into these different positions, we can also teach our fingers and our brain that there's different distances that we want to cover under our hand positions. So you can see in our right hand we've got a bit more of a stretch first, and then two together and close. Here we've got kind of a little stretch and then together, and then a bigger stretch down to the low F. That sits nicely under our hand though, so let's have a go then at just lifting and dropping for each note. Out and in, lift and drop, out, and then lift and drop our thumb as well. We can just do our thumbs together even though it's only one note we're playing. Let's go again. Now let's put on the right hand pedal and do the pattern a little bit faster. As well as active fingers, we can let our hands just move away from our thumb and back in again. So our wrist is doing the little arcs there as well. And just keep re-pedaling sometimes to let there be a nice clean sound. Just a little bit of pedal enhances our sound and also just gives it that hazy atmosphere that can be really pretty as well. So just a bit of a close-up then onto our lifts and drops to have our really active fingers. I go into this further in other videos, but just watch that your thumb is really lifting from this knuckle here, so the very far knuckle all that way, lift, drop, and your pinky as well, lift it up, drop it right down, lift, drop. So it's not our wrist that is doing all of the work for arpeggios, and we want to be very careful not to kind of be bobbing up and down the whole way. Okay, so let's now look at this progression. We've got our B flat minor, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2, 3 and. Let's do it 4 times. So that's that position there. Then we're going to change to the A flat. So we can have we've got that bigger distance there in the middle, and we can play this with our 2s and our 4 fingers out to our pinky. Let's have a go at that one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 more times. Then let's go to this G flat note, but under there we're going to put our E flat minor notes there. So we've got G flats, E flats, B flats, and G flats. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 more times. And just watching there. Once our fingers are really active, we then want to be allowing our wrist to also guide where that active finger goes. We'll actually only do the E flat twice, so 1, 2, then we'll go back to the F notes but with the D flat in between, so F, A flats and D flats. Here we go, just 2 times. And then we'll go to our E flat, but A flat notes, so E flats, A flats and Cs. Now you might like to use a 3rd finger there, or even a 4th finger, whatever is most comfortable for your hand. If you've only got a little hand, probably your 4th finger or ring finger there on the C. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and So a total of 4 on that one. Okay, let's do a little run. And each thumb will basically kick us into the next pattern. Let's just be mindful that as we have the 4 repeats, let's maybe grow in sound a little bit. If you're on the piano or a touch sensitive keyboard, it can just help to give the music a bit of flow and direction. And so we'll put some little crescendos in there as we move through each of the repeats. Okay, so back to our start with our F and our B flat minor notes there. Here we go. 1, 2, might like to get a bit louder, 3, 4, and our D flat notes. One more, and E flat minor notes. D flat notes, but with the F thumb, and to the E flat thumb, but out to the A flat notes. One more. So that is the first half of our progression. So remember to keep your hand over the octaves, remember to have active fingers, each finger needs to do its job, and remember to let your wrist then be loose and follow the pattern in and out from our thumb. Our next part of the progression also starts from a B flat minor. So back to our starting chord that we had. So we have F, B flats, D flats, out to our F again. We're just going to do 2 of those patterns though. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. And then to the E flat, we're going to cover our A flat notes. So E flat, but A flats and Cs in those middle ones there. Once again, you can use your 4th finger if you like. Back to that ring finger on your C there. Here we go. 1 and 2 times. And then we're going to do back to D flat. Then go to the G flat. Letting your notes float out to your pinky there. And then we can go all the way back to the start. Before we do a full run, I might just do a run again of that second half because there's a couple of quick changes there with all of them actually. So we're going to do 2 times on each of the chords. We've got our B flat minor and then our A flat major and then D flat again and then up to the new notes of our G flat chord. Now let's play those in their little riff. Ready, go. Now to the A flat notes. Now to the D flat notes. And up to the G flat. Now let's put it all together and do a run from the very start. Next time I'll step on with you to grow this arpeggiated idea. At the moment we're doing it more like a broken chord in preparation for more things to come. So check that out next week. So from the top, here we go. A bit softer, a bit louder again before we change. A bit softer. And then you can take it back all to the start again. And next time we'll add on with some different variations. So have fun getting that under your belt this week and have a great one. Happy music making.